Hi everyone, welcome in. This is just a short live. I'm not gonna be on for very long. My roommate is about to come home. Um, I'm making this because I'm not gonna be able to be on YouTube. Last time something happened, someone crossed a very big boundary, and I didn't feel comfortable being on after that. Um, but I figured I would talk to you about something. Um, but first, let me put my links because right now I don't have money again. I'm keeping everything for rent, so I'm not using my money for food at the moment because I don't want to be stuck in the same situation I was stuck at the end of last month, where I'm late and where my landlords threaten eviction. So let me just, yeah, okay. My dad was supposed to help with groceries. He was supposed to come and help with groceries, but he can't do that because I have COVID again. Yes, I have COVID again. That's because my roommate refuses to get vaccinated, and I have a poor immune system, so I catch everything he brings back home. I don't go out. I don't go out. I only go to the grocery store, and I wear masks, and I wash my hands like 20 times a day. You guys have seen every time I'm live, I go wash my hands like 10 times during the live. So I know I didn't catch COVID. He did. And he brought that back up. And just to prove to you that this is true, he is at work right now and he tested positive. Like, I know there aren't any restrictions at the moment, but like, how twisted is that anyway? The guy is just at work, and I called him out on it. He said, "Yeah, but I'm alone there. My poor employers, whatever are they gonna do without me?" Kind of deal. Oh, poor boy. Anyway, uh, rant over. I have COVID again, so I can't see my dad, so I don't have food right now. All I have is this much rice left. I bought rice again, even though I'm allergic, because that's the only thing I can afford. But yeah, he was supposed to come yesterday actually, and now he told me if you're well by then, I'll come a Sunday. But last time I had COVID, it lasted 3 weeks. Do you really think I'm gonna be okay in 3 days? No. So really, like, that's a big amount of food that I would have had that I'm not gonna have. So it means, like, I had calculated everything to make sure I had enough food until tomorrow, but now I'm stretching it out and eating like this much every day. So if you want to help out, I put my links there. Thank you again, those who did. I know I keep like being in this stupid situation, and it's annoying to continuously get asked for money, but what am I gonna do? I can't even go out myself to get food. I have COVID again, so I can't go out of the house right now. I'm mad because I spent 3 weeks not working because I was very sick and fatigued, and because I couldn't send things to my customers, so I had to turn down work. Because people were like, "Oh, you can get my order out by then, right?" No, I can't. I'm sorry. So I turned down work because of this, and now I'm in this situation again, and it's my roommate's fault because he brings it back home every time. He's always sick. He's sick every like 2 weeks because he goes out and he meets women, and you know what it is. You know exactly how it goes. And like they say, use protection, blah blah blah, and it's not slut shaming at all. Like, you sleep with whoever you want. They say use protection and blah blah blah, but you can't really protect yourself from getting the flu or getting cold or getting COVID from a person if you're intimate with them. Fluids are gonna get there's no condom for your mouth, you know. So that's the thing. He's not careful and he refuses to get vaccinated, and I cannot throw him out because I can't afford to do that. I've already explained the amount of time that it would take me to find another roommate. I don't have the funds to pay rent for that period of time. My rent is gonna go up upwards of 1,000 something. I don't know, 1,000 something in July, but like right now it's like 970 something, the full price of the rent. I only pay a part of that, a little bit more than half, because my roommate was gonna move if I um, increased his part. But yeah, now I kind of don't have the choice to do that. But he was gonna move away. But yeah, I'll tell him like something like a bit before, but not too much, that if he still refuses, he this time is going to have to move, because I can't afford to be paying like $100 more than he does. Because right now I'm already paying like a good amount, like at least 50 more. Depends on some months, because sometimes the power bill is different because of usage and everything. Um, like I can't afford to continue not charging him more than I do right now, and he knows I didn't increase his rent last time, so he's aware that I'm paying more. But yeah, but I can't afford to just say yeah you're out, because I barely managed to pay even half of my rent. How do you suppose I paid the whole thing for a few months? I don't have savings, people. I don't ask money to not use my savings. I don't have a savings account. And that's because I wouldn't have anything to put in it. Like, where do you want me to get the money for that? I don't get, people don't understand that I don't have extra savings I can use, and like I can't tighten the belt. I do not have money. People keep telling me it's worth it, throw him out. But what they don't understand is if I throw him out, the next month I'm gonna be out $500 and more. Like, I'm gonna be missing $500, and I'm gonna have that much to compensate. It's not something I can do. It's simply not something I can do. But yeah, I managed to get COVID again. So I'm very sorry. I'm not gonna be live a lot because COVID really takes it out of you. Those who have it, you'll know. And I want to make something very clear because it happened last time. I do not welcome unsolicited medical advice. You're not qualified to diagnose me with anything. You're not qualified to tell me, yeah, you might have this and this and that. You're not qualified to tell me what to use, what medication to use, or what supplements to use. You don't know if I have other conditions in which that could be deadly. So you should, just as a rule of thumb in general, I know you're trying to help, but it can be really dangerous to tell a person, oh, have you tried this medication? Oh, you should try this. Oh, take some zinc, it'll help. You don't know if maybe Maybe I have a body issue that makes it so my body doesn't process zinc. Some people have things like that, intolerances that makes it so you don't process certain vitamins. Some people have that. I'm gonna be right back. There's a problem with the heating, but I just wanted to make it very, very clear that it made me feel super uncomfortable last time. I'm not doing this to put anyone on blast, but it made me feel super uncomfortable last time to be told you might have this, you have this condition, so maybe you have this super deadly disease. I have generalizing generalized anxiety, and like that's all I could think about for the last few days, and now it freaked me out. And the thing is, you never know if a stranger will have that. So really, you shouldn't be telling people, "I think you have this and this and this condition." You're not equipped to do that. Even doctors don't do this to people they don't know. It's a breach of ethics for them to be diagnosing people who aren't their patients. So I don't get why general population does it. People like, oh, I think you have this very deadly disease. I think you have this very, very, very chronic condition. You can't possibly, you're not educated to make that kind of um diagnosis. You're not, you don't have the knowledge. And you heard like maybe two or three of my symptoms, and you made an assessment out of that, and that's just uncomfortable for everyone involved, especially when it's someone you know has severe anxiety and has very big issues. And maybe the person is not gonna like that I'm saying this, and I'm willing to live with the consequences of that, but I felt like I had to say something now because I felt extremely put on the spot and I felt uncomfortable. I had kind of a little bit of a breakdown and I left after that. I felt extremely uncomfortable. I didn't feel comfortable being on anymore. And I even announced that I wouldn't be going live for a while. Right now is an exception. I'm just like letting you guys know what's up, but that's what's up. I got COVID again. I'm pissed because my dad was gonna come, and also it sucks for him too because he has to drive 6 hours to get where I'm at, and he was gonna go somewhere else anyway, which he's there right now. But like, it would have been nice for him to know it sooner, first of all, and I feel bad that I wasn't able to tell him sooner that he couldn't come. Now he's pissed too, by the way. I know my dad, I can tell. But it certainly sucks because, like, my roommate told me that at the very last minute, at like, he told me that Wednesday at 9, and my dad was supposed to come the next day at noon. And that's a very poor margin of error. He leaves at like 5 in the morning to get there, so he could have been asleep already. You know what I mean? So it's just that my roommate took all this time to take a COVID test. He didn't take one before. It's not his first positive out of the line. No, it's just the first test he took at all for this. So when I want him to test for COVID, I have to basically beg him. It's I have to go like, yeah, you sure you don't have COVID, buddy? Because this and that, and then he takes a test, and he's like, nope, negative. But you have all the freaking symptoms. Like, at at the very least, wear a mask. And he's been wearing a mask at home, saying like, oh, but I don't want to contaminate you. Yeah, you should have started that days ago when you started coughing all over my stuff, buddy. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm venting again, but it's just that I'm frustrated because I'm always sick, and I was not before he moved in. Sure, I have a weak immune system, and that means I'm sick more often than some other people, but ever since he's been living with me, I am always sick, and that's no coincidence. That's not from me getting sicker or more disabled. That's just from him not paying attention and not giving a tiny rat's you know what, tiny rat's bottom. You know what I mean. So yeah, I have COVID. That's what I have. Great. I'm feeling a little bit less dead than last time, but obviously I am pretty tired and I've been having a lot of fever. Um, by the way, don't tell me to take vitamins. Don't tell me to take this and that. It didn't help the last time I was sick for 3 weeks. So um, taking it doesn't hurt. Actually, it can hurt because if you have an excess of vitamin, your stomach and wherever else your body needs to send it to process it will process that double, and it can cause you health issues actually to process too many minerals or vitamins, like vitamin, I don't know if C is one of those ones, but I know that if you have excess of some minerals it can be really devastating to you, can give you tummy aches, but it can give you pretty severe symptoms actually, and you have to be careful about that. If you're taking vitamins and you seem to feel ill after, you should see your doctor really about that and talk to them about what you're taking, and maybe take a test to see if maybe you don't have an excess, something that is causing you harm. Because yeah, supplements are for cases in which you are deficient in something. I take vitamin D because I am vitamin D deficient, like everybody is these days because we don't go out anymore, especially as crocheters. We can often be inside people, confined to our insides. I want to be super creepy, sorry. But yeah, supplements are for uh, deficiencies. I don't have a zinc deficiency or a vitamin C deficiency, although I do need a little bit more C, but I've been eating oranges, so I'm good on that. I don't need to take the pills. It's not gonna do you any good to eat the pills over getting the oranges, unless you, of course, can't eat oranges. Last time I had COVID, I had heartburn, so I couldn't eat oranges. But right now, I don't really have. I have a little bit of heartburn, but it's not as severe as last time. I guess my body is still a little bit um, heightened in the immune department. Like it still has in memory the COVID from last time. And see, I got an email again to say that they were gonna cancel my internet because I can't pay. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not paying anything else. So I know I'm gonna be in trouble with my bills, with my rent at the end of the month if I pay any of my bills. So I might not have internet or electricity by the end of the month if I don't make any money. Like I sold a few things and whatnot, and I even sold two of my Odyssey hooks, the ones I used for shawls and for small amigurumis. Um, these are the half metal with a handle. I only had three of them. Now I only have one. I only I have the one I use for worsted size amigurumi. And my plan is to buy small cheap hooks from Michael's that really hurt my hands. But at least I will have something. It will hurt my hands to work, but I need those sizes because I use them for some things. But they go for like $50 right now on the Facebook group, so I couldn't pass that up. I sold two of them and I made $100. So I have that, but I can't use that money. It's sitting in my bank account, but I cannot use it. And the reason is simple. It's tied up for rent, and I'm not gonna make that mistake again. All the money I am making right now goes to rent. Nothing goes towards anything else, because even if I get sick because I don't eat, like, what good is it for me to eat and feel good if I don't have a roof over my head? Like, I know it's a stupid logic, but it's a logic from someone who doesn't really have anything else going on right now. So I have COVID and I'm sick and I can't send orders out and things like that. And things that I make, I have to quarantine for a week before I send out anyway. So if you still want an order, um, you can place it, but just be aware that it's gonna take a minimum of a week after I'm better. Not a week from the time you place your order, but it's gonna be at least 4 weeks because I'm counting that from the last time I was sick and it took 3 weeks. I've already been sick for 3 days, so I have 2 weeks and a half left. About that much, unless I'm sick for less time now, but I'm not too sure because every time I've had COVID, it's been pretty severe and extended. So for me, it is brutal. It's not a small cold or anything like that. I made a post about this on Threads. It blew up, and I got like 13,000 likes right now on it. And I got hit by the anti-vaxxers and all the BS people who think they know better than health workers about how it's my fault that I'm sick, supposedly. Yeah, I got hit by all the stupid people, basically. So I have to do 11 rounds of this, making some of the small zombie cats right now because I have to clear my desk a little bit. So I have colored skeins over there. I have to make a green body, a pink body, and an orange body. I started these months ago and I just want to get them over with so I can move on to other stuff. But maybe I'm gonna switch to another project too tonight. Thinking it might have to be a hat. Well, I think I lost my hook for it. Oh boy. Let's see if I have it here. No. Oh, yes, it is. It's here. It's my 4.5 millimeter hook. This is what I use for my bucket hats, my Pride bucket hats, which don't sell, by the way. So if you want a Pride bucket hat, uh, get ready for Pride. It is very soon. It's in a month and 2 weeks. I don't know exactly when is Pride is, but June is Pride month. So if you want you a nice bucket hat for a beach or something, for the beach or something, it's time. My Etsy link is right there. I've made a gay one so far and a non-binary one. I'm gonna make the bisexual and the pansexual next. I have all the colors ready over there on my desk, and I also made the Beetlejuice one. In case you're not into the LGBTQ plus thing, but you're into Halloween and things like that, and you like Beetlejuice, I have one with white, black, and green, and purple, and I loved making it. It was fun. But yeah, um, this is what's going on with me. Still sick again. Already ate my rice portion of the day this morning, and the batch I'm gonna make tomorrow will be the last I have. I've been pacing it. I've been making half of what I used to. So yeah. And what I can do is only eat half of what I usually eat in a day tomorrow, and then I'll still have more food until the end of the week at least. I can do that, but then after that I can't even get food. Even if I had money, I couldn't because I have COVID, so I can't go in store. So yeah, that's another problem. That's why I'm super mad at my roommate for putting me in trouble when my dad was gonna help. He would have taken me out to the store and he told me to make a list and everything. So he was gonna get me groceries, not just oh, get 3 items and let's go back home. Like, no, that would have been massive help. The head is loosening from the grip right now. This hook is dying on me. It's a E, so I can get another one in different brand. But yeah, I checked the hooks that are cheaper and copied furls on Etsy, but it would be more expensive for me to get that than it was to get a furls because shipping to Canada it's $56 for a hook and shipping. For one hook, it's more if you buy more than one, and they don't do combined shipping because for one hook, I know it because I have weighted hooks in Canada to ship them, but um, these weigh about 0.45 kilograms. So no, okay, they weigh about 45 grams. Yeah, about 45 grams. But then if you double that with the envelope and everything, it's 100 gram, which is 0.1 kilograms. And when you reach that weight, it's a little bit more expensive to ship. So at that point, I end up having to pay more if I get more than one. So it was 56 for me to get just one of those. Sorry, no, no. It's even more than what I sold my other hooks for. So it's not worth that. So instead, I'm just gonna get Susan Bates. You know, the small metal hooks that really hurt my hands. Um, but yeah, these are for the smaller ones that don't really come in resin, like 3.5, 3.25, 3, and so on. Like 2.75, 2.5, and 2.25. I used to have an A hook, I sold that. I'm hoping I'm gonna finish at least 2 of the bodies today. But my hands are hurting now. I'm having a flare up a little bit, but I at least wanna get things done because I'm sick and like this is the only thing I have left because I can't make sales. Well, I can, but people are not necessarily willing to wait weeks more than they would if I wasn't sick. You know, there's a guy on Facebook. He ordered something to help me out with rent, but I was supposed to ship it to him this week. But now I'm worried that he's gonna remove his order because now it's gonna be a month before I can ship that. It's a ready-made item, so that sucks a little bit for him, you know, of having to wait more. I feel a bit guilty for that, but there's not much I can do. I'm always super ill, but especially COVID, since my roommate refuses to get vaccinated, and like now, there's a period of time I have to wait before I get vaccinated if I get COVID. Um, Otherwise, they tell you to go back home. Basically, they're like, get out of there. Your immune system is still protecting you or whatever. But I just got it in 2 months span, so it's not really working for me. But yeah, I could beg my doctor to write me a note, but judging how it's been with the other stuff I needed, um, for, you know, it's not, she's not gonna do it. So I don't really trust her at this point. Ugh, winter is ill. And now I'm having fever again. So yeah, that's that's a whole that's at least a week worth of groceries that I'm not getting, that I was gonna get, but knowing my dad, he would have been like, take everything you want and don't hold back. Like that's the kind of stuff he does. So that's food for a part of the month that I'm not getting. So I'm super mad at my roommate because I almost want to tell him, give me $100 and don't talk to me for the rest of the month. Like, stay the fuck away from here. I almost want to tell him that, but I can't. I can't make him pay for the food I didn't get because of him. It wouldn't make sense in his mind. Whenever I tell him it's his fault I got COVID, he's like, oh, you're responsibilizing yourself. Dude, I don't go out. I've been out 3 times last month. Well, maybe a little bit more if I needed to get something from the store or something. But, like, other than that, I went once to Michael's because I needed some stuff for my orders. And so I went out once for things that were not groceries, and a few more times for groceries. That is the only time I went out at all. And to the post office, which I often try to do a trip for everything, but it's not always easy, you know. But I've been out like a handful of times, and he's been out every single day. He goes to clubs, he meets women every single day. He doesn't always bring them back here. He only brings back his girlfriend, but I know he meets more people because there have been dates here in the past. But actually, I figured out how to make him stop exposing me to strangers that could get me sick. I got nosy and I went, "Oh, you got a new girlfriend?" And he went, "No, that's just my friend. That's just my friend. That's just my friend." Yes, your friend sleeps in your room. Uh huh. Uh huh. I hear everything he does. It's not just a friend. Anyway, I'm sorry. Rant over. No, I'm gonna continue ranting. But yeah, it's just I don't have a problem with the fact that he meets women. I have a problem with the fact that my immune system isn't doing too well and he exposes me to dangerous things and he's not careful about who he meets and brings back and has contacts with, and he gets me sick all the time, and he deresponsibilizes himself, which it's time for me to redo the freezer spell I did. It worked well for a time, but it started throwing out. So I think I'm gonna thaw out, melt. You know what I mean. I cannot pronounce that word. But I think it's time for me to get this one out and to do another one exactly like it, but renewed with renewed energy and everything. So he takes responsibility for giving me COVID again. Like, he's given me everything at that point. He's given me colds and flus and stomach flu and eye infections and well, eye infections, those are ones I already get, but I'm more susceptible to. And yes, by the way, some types of eye infection can be transmitted. Not all of them are viral. There are different types. They're allergenic, viral, and what's the other one? Bacterial. So if it's just allergies I didn't get from him, but the one I have right now is viral because I have COVID, and a very a common symptom of COVID is eye infections, aka pink eye. I woke up this morning with my eyes in a very disgusting state. I'm not gonna give you too much gross details, but basically, not pleasant in the slightest. So anyway, just my roommate is just trying to act like he's done nothing wrong and then blame me for that. And yeah, all these plushies I'm doing right now are gonna go in the washing machine. I'm gonna make an exception since I have COVID. Instead of spot cleaning them, these are gonna go in the machine. It's gonna like shave them after to remove the pills. The pilling, not the pills, but like the little fluffs and things. There's a very easy to do this without harming your fabric. You just use a blade and you run it over carefully though. You don't want to snip your yarn, but you know. But yeah, this time he tested positive. And I just knew something was up because that morning I had fluids in my lungs, and I never got fluids in my lungs in my whole life until I got COVID in 2021. Like the second year of the pandemic, I got it, and my lungs were so overfilled that I was choking first time around. Second time around wasn't as bad, but it still was pretty severe. Right now I'm feeling a little bit less tired, but I gathered that's from my immune system remembering it had COVID not long ago. But I'm still not gonna be magically cured by Sunday, you know. I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of sick talk. It's not very cheerful. Oh yeah, yesterday I made a zombie cat. Well, I finished a zombie cat that I've been making over the past few days. But it was made with Hirschner's Halloween Sparkle in like their gray to orange colorway, and very very cute. I posted on Facebook. A guy who has an order with me goes, "Oh, give me this one instead. You won't have to make another one." Blah blah blah. But it was driving traffic to my shop. And now it's not anymore. And I try to explain to him that I run a business here. If I don't uh, sell this one, it means I have to make more things to compensate for that. And it means I actually lose one order because I'm not making extra money. And people see this, they see, oh, it was in stock. Oh, it's not anymore. Okay, bye. You know, instead of going to look at it and drooling over it and thinking, yeah, I'm gonna save up to get this, and then leaving it in their cart and then remembering later once they get the email. Yeah, Etsy sends out email with like coupons when you leave things in your cart. And shouldn't tell you this because I don't want to like discount all my items. Not every shop does that though. But yeah, it sometimes it gives you a discount. It doesn't always do it. It's like I think it's like at random, or if you do it for a certain period of time. But I don't have any more of the yarn I used it for, so I can't make other ones anyway. And if I would be to order it, it would cost me a lot of money because Hirschner's, I don't know what's up with Hirschner's, but I almost always get custom fees when I order there. It's just in the States and that's fine, but last time I got only 4 skeins and I didn't get charged custom fees. But every other time I've ever ordered from Hirschner's, I did. So it's just like, it's just another thing to think about, you know. Okay, I have still 4 rounds to go before doing the decreases. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this green kitty and then I'm gonna ball up the yarn. This I only have scraps left anyway. I have all the limbs and everything in my little box over there. Well, it's a bag really, but you know, I can't wait to make a large size of this item. I like it a lot. I've been thinking of making a snake with the uh, bright stripes. Oh yeah, I was on Facebook earlier. I gotta vent about something. When someone blocks you on Facebook, that is a pretty clear message that they're not comfortable continuing communication with you. That's a very strong. I'm letting you know that I'm cutting you off and I don't wish for you to communicate with me any further, right? And people know that, right? Well, about a year ago, I blocked this lady, and she was an internet acquaintance, someone I would talk to here and there, and she bought some of my yarn and stuff, and blah 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 and stuff. But at some point, I kind of always felt like I had to walk on eggshells around her, and I didn't know how to talk to her, and I always had to like over justify myself because she would criticize me really hard over these things that make absolutely no sense. Like, I would answer a silly post on Facebook about millennials and movies, how we're not supposed to know all the classics, and I would joke, well, you're gonna have to try that with someone else because I know this film and this film and this film. And she was like, they're not talking to you. They're talking to blah, 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 blah. Is it even important? So I reached out to her. Hey, I was just joking. And she says, I didn't say anything mean. In a super snarky way. I'm sorry, I'm imitating in a snarky way too, but she was super snarky and she was like, okay. In her response, like, that okay. And I said, like, basically, I don't know how to talk to you anymore. So I just blocked her and left it at that because that was not the only time that happened. Like, she would always assume I had the worst intentions ever. Like, I was angry because a bunch of guys were sending death threats to the mayor of Montreal and to people who were hiding for the tornado warning a while ago. And people were hiding in their basements and everything. And these guys were going around. It's not as severe as you think. It's not that serious. You're stupid if you go and hide. This mayor should die. She is stupid. Blah 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 blah. They were being nasty on the internet. What a surprise! Wow. Anyway, so I was ranting about them on Facebook, and I was like, if you live in an area where it's not as severe, shut the hell up because you don't know what it's like. And I was like telling those guys to stop being assholes. And she was like, well, maybe they don't know. Yeah, and so what? Even if they don't know that the storm is severe in some places in the city, there were floodings and everything, by the way. Even if they're unaware of that, you don't send death threats to people. That's a pretty asshole-ish move. And that wasn't my right to call them out. And she was pretty mean to me about it. She was like, you're blowing up for nothing. You're exaggerating. And I'm like, they are sending death threats and calling us the R word for hiding and being scared. Anyway, it was always things like that. She was always assuming that I was being nasty for no reason and that I was, like, assuming the worst out of people and everything. Basically, she was projecting. That's what she was doing. So I blocked her, which resulted in her spamming me a giant. Well, first of all, she asked with our alt account why I blocked her, so I just told her, I'm not comfortable talking to you. You're always upset about everything I say, and I basically have to over justify myself, and I'm tired. It's taking too much out of me. And I knew she wasn't gonna just be um rational about this, right? So, sometimes it's not even worth explaining your reasoning to someone. You just gotta cut them out because nothing good is gonna come out of telling them how you feel. They're not in a place to listen to you, and she was not in a place to listen to me. So I cut her out. And after I told her this, she blew up at me. Wallach texted me, spammed me to say like, I thought we were friends and I'm disappointed to find out I don't matter to you, blah blah blah. You think I felt like I mattered to you when you treated me that way and when you always doubted me and always doubted my intentions, maybe? No, I didn't feel very valued. Mind you, this is the type of person, like, I'm not gonna give any details that could make you identify this woman, because I don't want her to get hate either. None of you know her, by the way. She's in some other circles, and I've not seen anyone hang out in both of those here, or that other one. So none of you know who that person is. Not even those who add me on Facebook. I don't think. I don't think you would recognize her. But like, yeah. But mind you, this was that type of person to go on uh, marginalized people pages and to blast them because they had an opinion about their own situation that she disagreed with, and she went like, you're making me feel bad, you're making me feel unincluded. She would do stuff like that all the time, and I would see that in my newsfeed, and I was like, seriously? Anyway. And always say the nastiest thing about anyone in her life on Facebook too, which, by the way, the people concerned did not see it, but there are options on Facebook to so that you can hide from certain people. She was just venting, but and I get venting, I vent sometimes, but when it's constant every day that you make like 20 posts a day about your whole family being so horrible, like, maybe you should get help about that, because that is not healthy and that is not good. And I'm a person who severely needs help in many mental health fields, but I don't want to minimize that and put that on the people in my life, that I care about. You know, there are members of my family I don't talk to, and I do vent occasionally, but I don't feel like I would like purposefully attack them and like belittle them and say things about. I wouldn't smear them. Basically, I wouldn't do smear campaigns and go like, you bunch of ungrateful shits, blah blah blah, and things like that. You know the type of things people say between their families, but. But I vent a lot about my family, but I never said anything that wasn't true. Everything I tell you about, like, how I grew up, my dad, and like what it was like, and things like that. I don't think I've exaggerated any of it, because I have severe childhood trauma and things. But yeah, it's a different vibe when you always go and like bash everything ever, and that's just basically it made me feel uncomfortable, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm done with this part now. We do the decreases. I'm just gonna take a finger break before, but like, this person, she made me feel uncomfortable, right? So it's just a thing. But yeah, the reason I'm talking about this is because I found out that almost a year after, she's still stalking me with an alt account, and she's still liking my pictures. And I saw her name in my, like, she's still liking my public posts and things. I saw her name in my newsfeed, and I'm like, was I not clear the last time? I'm not interested in you. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be your friend. Like, that's just no. And like, she was not bad to me or mean to me, or insulting to me in a way that would be like have me fear for my life or anything. And she was by no means one of the worst person ever, but I just feel like when you put clear boundaries and someone clearly disrespects that, it's even scarier than someone who would just be a very hands-on asshole, you know. It's scarier when you tell the person, I'm sorry, I don't want to be your friend, I don't feel comfortable with this, and they choose to disregard that, and they go like, okay, then I'm gonna spam you and stalk you instead, and I'm gonna look at your profile all the time and like your things and everything even after you block me. That sends a pretty clear message that they don't care about your boundaries. They care that you hurt their feelings by blocking them, and it's so 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 sad. And by any means, you block someone, expect that they're gonna get their feelings hurt, and it's valid. It's a valid emotion for them to feel sad or angry about this, and to feel a certain way, to want to talk to friends about it. Maybe they'll say some not so nice things about you, and that's okay. You have to accept that when you cut someone out. Someone is gonna someone is about bound to get hurt and to react, and that is okay, and it's the person's right to be angry. But when you disrespect a person's boundary who does not wish to communicate with you anymore, not only it's pretty freaky and pretty scary, but it just shows me that you didn't care about me. Like the way you accused me of not care, the way you accused me of not caring about you was pretty much the same for you, as it turns out. This I've heard some people to the point that they wanted to block me or unfriend me and never see me again, and I understand that. And that's okay. I just let them be. I never contacted them again after that because they put up a clear boundary. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't wish for us to communicate. It hurt. It hurt. I've done pretty bad stuff about it to myself, and I've tried to keep it towards myself because at that point I already knew, like, I don't want to be putting that stuff on anyone else and everything, growth. But the stalking your profile thing and everything, that's stuff I did when I was a teen, which I'm ashamed of. It's not a reason by any means. But I'm just saying, when you're a kid and you're a troubled teen and you don't know any boundaries, you don't know any better, you do that stuff sometimes. And like I said, not excusing it, just explaining that's the thing that happens. We do stupid shit when we're kids. And but she's in like her late 30s. So I don't want to be stalked by someone in their 30s that is obsessed because I blocked them. I get that you hurt, honey, but I'm feeling unsafe right now. In any case, I hope she doesn't watch this channel, but I thought that she does. I thought she knows that I do this. I thought she'd be interested anyway, because last time we talked, she wasn't so happy about this. And that's the last I'm gonna talk about this situation uh, directly. Because, like I said, I don't want to give out any info that would be an identifier. But yeah, it's no one that comes here anyway, and it's no one from our little social circle. Like I'm gonna admit, I am very quick to block people, because I have very very short temper at the moment, and it's by no means an excuse. But I'm just saying right now I don't have a lot of patience for people's shit, and I am very quick. Hey, hi, how are you doing, dear? Hope you're doing well. I was talking about something freaky that happened on Facebook a few days ago, or yesterday, I think. Oh, I'm not good. I have COVID. Again. Yes. Yes. And the reason is simple. My roommate is on vaccine. He goes out every night. Yeah, I'm finishing small zombie cats right now, just trying to keep up the shop inventory. Yeah, it just baffles me that sometimes the people that scare you the most in life are people who are supposed to be grown ups and to be more um, knowledgeable than you're not knowledgeable, but this I know that doesn't mean anything. There are people who are like in their 60s who have the emotional maturity of a 5-year old, but it was just a very scary thing to me. Maybe I'm just a wuss too, which that would make sense. But ever since I've become very aware of the boundaries thing and the consent thing and everything. Every every time someone disrespects a boundary that I set, I have this very weird feeling in my chest, like that I won't be able to stop it if they go over them. You know? Oh, I have to do one more row, I think. Not so good. Oh no, you lost two friends this evening. I'm so sorry. You worked 16 hours straight to get this fan done. You finished you learned about it immediately after. I'm so sorry. That's awful, dear. That's a lot. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on live though, because my roommate is about to go home from work. Yeah, by the way, he is the one that tested positive and he still goes to work, so yeah. Roommate. But I'm very sorry to hear that. I don't have too many words of comfort. I know you've lost a lot of friends lately, so that's gonna be really hard for you right now. What's the fan you were doing? So, gotta fill this head up. Yeah, I'll check that in a second. I just want to finish what I have going on first. Because all I have to finish here is just the top of the head. So I only have like 3 rows before I'm done. There. Okay. Now I gotta stuff this. But yeah, I'm making a green, a pink, and an orange. So yeah. Oh yeah, I had a post blow up on Threads, by the way. It's the stupidest thing ever. But I made a post about stop telling people that their symptoms are not real, like about COVID. It was kind of a stop telling people it's just a small flu when it can get very serious. And I got like a 13,000, no, not 13,000, 1,300 shares, likes, no, 1,300 likes, 94 comments, and like 50 something reposts, something like that. Anyway, I got it blew up. It completely blew up, and it got shared on all the anti-vaxxers account you can think of, with pretty insulting things too. So now I limited who can comment on it, but yeah, my posts on threads are doing well, but it's not helping my shop for some reason. Because people are seeing, oh yeah, people were stupid. People are telling me, get vaccinated. You think I get COVID because I'm not vaccinated? You think the vaccine prevents COVID? It doesn't prevent COVID. It helps your immune system fight it, but you're still gonna get it. You're still gonna get sick. You might not get symptoms, or you might get less symptoms, but you're not gonna not get COVID if you get vaxxed for COVID. It's not how it works. It is not how it works. Anyway, people were so stupid and telling me, take this um, supplement and take this medication and this and this and this. Y'all aren't doctors. You people are not doctors. You don't know if there is a contraindication with what I already take. You don't know if maybe a supplement could cause me harm, because as I explained earlier during the live, taking a supplement you don't need and your body has to process as an excess can actually do you more harm than good. And like, that's the reason if you take supplements and your stomach ends up hurting a lot after, and you get symptoms like fatigue and everything, this is your body trying to eliminate the supplements it doesn't need. And some supplements actually accumulate in your body in places they're not supposed to accumulate, and it can actually cause you severe problems later on. So, like, always be mindful of that and know what you're taking. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But it was insane to me just how many strangers were offering me unsolicited advice that doesn't work, and most of it was just like, all the stupid stuff you hear here and there on the media, from alternate sources of information, fake news and stuff like that. So, yeah, I had tons of strangers telling me I was sick because of my vegan diet. I'm not vegan, but okay, go on. I was like, I'm not vegan, but okay, go off. Yeah, that one guy said I was sick because of my vegan diet. What indicates I'm vegan? My whole account has doesn't mention food, not even once. Oh yeah, it does actually. I posted something that I bought that has dairy in it that I ate, and it had dairy in it. Oh, I called him an unsharp crayon. I told him I'm not vegan, you unsharp crayon. So that was fun. That's always fun insulting strangers. But he deserved it. You don't go and go like, oh, it's because of your diet that you're sick. Okay, what's my diet exactly? I would love to know. I didn't know I was vegan. The chicken strips I was gonna have don't seem to know that. Anyway, I better not still be sick by the 23rd because my friend invited me to her event and I want to see her sing. She's very beautiful and talented. She has a beautiful voice and her band is pretty cool, so I would love to see her. It's funny because that friend of mine, by the way, she used to, well, they're still together, but they're not making music anymore. But she's in a band called Let Us Out. It's a band from Montreal. So I've been a fan for like almost 10 years, and I had no idea it was her. And one time she just posted like Throwback Thursday something, or you know, she just like posted a throwback, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was you. Then I momentarily freaked a little bit, and she was happy to find someone who liked her music, so that was funny. But yeah, I want to go see her performance, so I better still not still be sick because I am going to curse my roommate if I am. I'm almost done. Hang tight. I just got like 4 more stitches, and to cinch this back into a tight hole. You know what I mean. Okay, I got one more stitch here. Good. 6 stitches. We're gonna need stitches. Okay. You're a certified pharmacy technician. Oh, that's cool. But you're still not allowed to prescribe me things because you don't know what I take. So you can't advise me to like take this thing and like because you don't know what medication I could currently be on. You don't have access to my file or anything like that. Not that I know of. If you have my medical file, please give it back. Yes, I will curse him. I want to curse him. Okay. I changed my gloves to the old decrepit ones. Okay, now I'm just gonna cinch this up. Close back up. And after that, I want to ball up this yarn too, just so it doesn't stay on my desk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and I have toothache too. And it's because I have a little bit of gum recession going. in some parts of my mouth. So, but I cannot afford to see a dentist, so. And there are more pressing health issues than this at the moment. Yeah, not unless I was in BC, and I'm not in BC. It's unfortunate. I've always wanted to go. I want to see the mountains. I did not see mountains when I was in Calgary. Was not in that part of the city, so I did not. Not even on the plane. I looked everywhere. No mountains in sight. But we didn't really fly over any of them, so it makes sense. But not even in the horizon. But yeah, I wanna go to BC. I wanna go to Vancouver at least once in my life. I have to sell my soul or a kidney or two. I'm gonna sell two of my kidneys. Yeah, if I sell two of my kidneys, I'm not gonna be able to go to Vancouver unless like I ask to be buried there. But that's a good idea. I could ask that. As a Skinny Puppy fan, I have the right. There, I have a green body. Oh, it's so a bit lopsided. It's okay though. Lopsided kitty be lopsided. It's fine. It's so small. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. I like very small plushies. Yeah, yeah, here too. Here too. I could go to any good pharmacy and tell them and just give them my little paper with my prescription and they could access my file. But they're not allowed to. What I meant was they're not allowed to tell me to take anything if I don't tell them first what my medications are. They could get sued for that. They have to know what I'm currently taking, you know, because there could be problems they run into. Yeah, I want to go there. I swear, if I get to BC one day, I'm just gonna visit all the old things that are related to Skinny Puppy. They have a bunch of old abandoned studios and buildings and things that are related to them in a way or another and their history. So, yeah, they need to know, of course, because like every time they always ask me what I took, and I used to only take Aerius, which is like an anti-allergy medication, and it was the only thing I was taking. But every time I had to tell them I was on that because they could, like, there could be side effects and things they don't know. That and sometimes ibuprofen because goodness, I get into a lot of pain because I have PCOS and yeah. But yeah, I'm a person who has a very low pain tolerance, so at one point in my life, I took a lot of ibuprofen. I don't anymore. I've not taken ibuprofen in 2 years, something like that. Well, maybe like an occasional one, but ibuprofen is expensive, even if it's the like no brand. But yeah, oh, Oh, I could use one right now. No, actually, I can't because it's not good for COVID. Here, I heard that it's actually not too good for symptoms. Anyway, I don't know. But I could sure use pain relief right now. That's important as well, for sure. There you go. We have a green ball. Do you want to pet my ball? Do you want to squish my ball? I'm just joking, but there. Yeah. Oh, for sure. It can. But I have been pretty good with that. I've not taken any in like forever. So, alright. I think my roommate is home. I'm not sure it's him. It might be my neighbor, actually. Let me check the Discord before. Mm, mm. Food. Where is the thing to scroll down? Oh, it's like there. Oh my, that's pretty and that's red. Red is my favorite color. Pretty cool. But that's beautiful, dear. I'm annoyed because Discord and the computer forces the opening of the Nitro panel on the right. Bah. Anyway. But that is pretty cool. Yeah, I know, but Tylenol has a weird effect on me, and this was told to me by my mother when I was a child. Um, Fun fact: when I take Tylenol, I become a little annoying devil. So that's why I don't take Tylenol. But my inkling would be to think it's because the ones you get as a kid has sugar on it. You know those purple pills that taste like grape that were Tylenol? That had sugar. So, well, I was an ADHD and autistic kid taking sugar pills, basically. Well, they're not just sugar, there's medication in them, but you know what I mean. Yeah, the ones we were given were purple. The ones we had as a kid were purple and they were grape flavored. And yeah, but I think that's why I was like that. But it doesn't I don't know, it doesn't have such it doesn't really relieve my pain when I take it. So that's why I was taking ibuprofen more. But yeah. Wait, I wish I could show you this. I'm sure there are some like in other provinces as well. Oh, it's only showing the box. I wanted to show the actual one. Now it's pink. Why? Why? They're pink now. Oh, that must be because now we have a law that states we cannot use um, artificial food coloring. We have to use natural food coloring. But yeah, it used to be kind of a lavender purple. And I remember that because I loved those. But I was annoying whenever I took Tylenol. And yeah, when I was a kid, my dad and my mom would fight all the time because he was trying to give me cough drops for everything I ever had, every illness, every sickness, every virus I ever had. He was just pushing these cough drops on me that were not that were also grape flavored, by the way. But he thought that it was a cure for everything. And my mom was like, "Don't give Winter this." Well, not Winter, because I didn't have that name as a child. But he was like, "Don't give them that. That's not gonna help. You're just like wasting medication." And my dad would just give me cough drops anywhere. No, not cough drops. Cough syrup, not drops. I'm confusing my medication. He would give me cough syrup. Well, he would also give me cough drops, but that was not the same thing. He would give me cough syrup. And as you all know, if you take too much cough syrup, you can actually be in an alternate state of mind. Especially if you get the drowsy kind. And yeah, but yeah, my dad always gave me that, whatever he was doing, whatever he was giving me, he would always, yeah. And one time I was given antibiotics for an ear infection that I didn't have too. Oh, the baby aspirin. Yeah, my mom would give me like an adult aspirin, but she would like cut it, and the doctor told her to do this actually. So yeah, but yeah, it was like or I think it was on the packet. It said like if you're giving it to a child, cut in half or something like that, and like there was an age, a weight limit thing. You know what I mean. Anyway, but yeah, mine were not flavored. Mine tasted like nothing. Oh, cough syrup. I never liked cough syrup, but yeah, I always thought cough syrup tasted nasty. And it's never relieved any of my symptoms, and the reason for that is simple. It's meant to, like, it's not actually making you feel better. It's just like camouflaging your symptoms, which is most over the counter stuff like that does. Like ibuprofen relieves inflammation and things like that. But yeah, it's not actually removing your illness, it's just camouflaging your symptoms to make it more bearable. But for some reason, autistic people tend to not take too well to medication, and we get a lot of side effects, and we don't get the intended effect with that. So, and whenever I would have cough syrup, I would still like cough my lungs out. Damn, that's a lot. Yeah, they're not recommended for children anymore. But this was the 90s, so at that time my mom gave it to me and it was fine. But mm, science is advancing. So, mm. But yeah, when I was a kid, I distinctly remember my mom knew that cough syrup was not helping me, so she didn't give it to me, and she would tell my dad, "Stop giving Winter that when they're not even coughing," and also even when they're coughing, because I would still cough, and that would it wouldn't make my throat feel better. No, I'm just it's really hard for me to get pain relief because my nervous system is overly activated, and also I'm autistic and hypersensitive. So because of that, when I have a pain response, my body tells me, "You're in severe pain right now. You are hurting bad, bad, bad." And so when I take a medication that counters that, I need at least double the dose for it to work, because I'm dealing with at least double the pain. You know what I mean? Yeah, we survived with a lot of stuff, and we should count ourselves lucky that they don't use medieval devices anymore when we're sick, because goodness, those would have been hardcore. At least now we have nice things. And in 10 years, they're gonna discover that half our medication is toxic anyway. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna get a nail file and a nail tape. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I have a broken nail, and I thought I would take care of it before it gets worse and before it annoys me more. So I'm just gonna clip my nails. Nails, nail clippers. I put that there until I throw them away later. A lobotomy, they still perform those, by the way. It's still a recommended treatment for, believe it or not, but for a lot of it's sad to say, but they recommend it in some cluster B cases, and it crushes my heart. But yes, lobotomies are still very common. That and shock therapy, it should be illegal to even use it, but it's not illegal, and it is a recommended mental health treatment in many cases. And I know it's consent based and everything, but if your parents signs, they can do it. If you're under a certain age. I don't know what the age limit is on getting shock treatment, but yeah, shock therapy or whatever they call it now. But when I was in university, they came and talked to me about it. About they were doing a petition petition to make it illegal. Yeah, because it's not illegal right now in Canada. My goodness. Anyway, it scares me because that is used in conversion camps. They use shock therapy. Yeah, me too, but it was starting to break off halfway through. So I decided, yeah, time to snip that. Yesterday was just a catch, and I filed it, and I lost my nail. Oh no, where is it? Where is it? Just lost my nail. It's in my pants. Ah! Please don't be in my pants. Hold on. Okay, I can't find it, but the vacuum will get that for me. So, but yeah. Actually, lobotomies are um well, you don't really notice you have one. That's the point of them. What it does is it does something to your frontal lobe, and also, yeah, and I think it affects some of the other ones too, but I know it affects like your speech and also your emotions and things. So like it affects another part of your brain. I'm not quite sure. I guess it depends how well it's performed, but I know it's meant to like shut down some functions such as decisions and things. So it shuts down the part of your brain that gives you autonomy. And I guess part of that is the frontal lobe because like some of your executive function comes from there. But yeah, it makes you a little bit um, easier to manage, as they would say. And listen, you have to be a pretty severe mental health case to receive a lobotomy, and normally people who get it do not want that. Like, yeah, it's a pretty severe treatment. The people who get it are also severely sick. Yeah, it is. Some people do it because like it can help with depression and things like that. It like shocks your brain and rewires it. And so for some people it helps. But yeah, I'm scared and I would so not get shock therapy. I would rather not touch that with a 10-foot pole. It's not something that interests me. And being queer, I would hesitate, just because of the history. And in the States, it's still, I don't know if it's legal in the States, but I know in Canada it was at some point because of that petition I was asked to sign. But, like, yeah, um, just the fact that it is used against LGBTQ plus people. I don't know if they still use that in conversion therapy, but I bet somewhere still does it. Like, even if they don't advertise, you know what I mean by that. But yeah, it used to be pretty common thing. Oh, I cut it too short, and now it's gonna annoy me. Anyway. Because when I cut my nails too short, it physically hurts me. It's an autism thing. It's like having the contact between the air and the skin under my nails. It hurts. So yeah. Well, it's not just autism. Most people would hurt if like they got stabbed or something there on the nail bed, but it hurts me to just feel the air on it. I have to carefully cut and file my nails to be even throughout and to be perfectly rounded, otherwise, it bugs me. I used to be a nail biter, but now I can't stand it anymore because it gives jagged edges, and I can't stand to have nails that are not perfectly rounded. And like right now, this side comes up more than the other, and it's not good. I'll file it until it's going both ways at the same height. This was one of my your patients that ended up being your friend. Wow, yeah, I bet that is rough. So yeah, um, I explained earlier why I wasn't gonna come live as often because the last time I came, something that caught me off guard and didn't really um, wasn't really good happened, and so like it caused me to reevaluate how much I want to be in that space and share with people. And like I still want to be myself, and I still want to be the person that I am, and I don't want to silence myself and um like you know but the way people um choose to engage with you sometimes on a on a public platform like this is very unhealthy, and people will not give a care in the world about how they talk to you. Like they will give you advice, unsolicited advice, and they will be sometimes very heavy about it and tell it like it's their truth. Truth. My goodness, pronouncing is hard. H's are mean. Mean, mean, mean. And I have synesthesia, and I am allowed to say this. I am equipped to tell you that H's are mean. Anyway, yeah, but it can be very taxing to interact with people who think they know better than you just because you're on a public platform, that they feel allowed to tell you what's wrong with you, and to tell you like, well, people do this in real life too, they go to you and they're like, they give you like thousands of advice that could in fact harm you. But on YouTube, I guess it's a bit in your face because you got like 20 people doing it at once. I rarely have 20 people on here, I mainly have one, two, or three viewers at any given time. But it's just to say that if you tell someone, oh, I'm sick, like 20 people will tell you, oh, you should eat soup. Oh, no, don't eat soup. Eat garlic instead. Full cloves of garlic without peeling them. You have to ingest them. Oh, no, actually, you have to have lemon tea, no mint tea. No, actually, you have to have chamomile. No, actually, you have to have this. No, actually, you have to have that. And it's pretty overwhelming. And people tell you what they think is wrong with you and how to fix your life. And they tell you that without any shame and without even thinking how it can affect you. And like the it basically is just like the boundary is not there. It's almost like it's inexistent in a way. And it's just that I'm trying to navigate that in a healthy way because people are not gonna stop acting this way. So so I better like manage that myself. But it's something that online creators experience a lot of overwhelm over, you know. But yeah, last time I was pretty uncomfortable. So I don't know how often I will be live moving on. I would still like to come on, but I might be less chatty with some people in particular. Um, just like to reserve myself a little bit of. They're just people who don't react well to something. You know what I mean. Your nails are all over the place too. Some long, some short. Oh, mine are always the same length because if one breaks, I cut all of them. Because I can't stand to have nails that are different length. So because it sets me off. So I always pay careful attention to my nail. And if one is broken too short, like over the nail bed, I will cut the rest of them to the shortest I can, and I will cut them every few days until they're all the same length again. Because I really cannot stand having a long nail and a short nail. Like I can't do it physically; it hurts me. Um, but yeah, like I feel physically right now, just in the air like that, holding my hand, not even looking, I feel that this nail is long and I feel that all the other ones are short. And I can physically tell the difference. So yeah, that's why I can't stand that. So yeah, I lost one of them. It's somewhere. I don't know where it is. But I will run the vacuum robot vacuum cleaner and it will find my nail for me and it will eat it. So I'm feeding the vacuum. I just gotta get rid of the odd shape here. Okay, and I think I could round this too. Yeah, my nails are annoying anyway. But as humans, we need that because these are our claws. I'm gonna put this back because I can't have it here. But I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna try at least. I am here again. Yes, but it's true. You need to do your nails. Yeah, you should do that for YouTube shorts. You need your nails to hold the microchet. That is an interesting way to say this. I've never heard that before. But yeah, right now I have a toothache because one of my nerves is slightly exposed by my gums. It's a long story. It goes up and back down and up and back down. Sometimes I have a little bit of inflammation because I have, well, anyway. Oh, yeah, in 10 years, in October, there is a spaceship that is going to leave the Earth, if you didn't know. Now you know. Sorry, I was just checking Facebook. That was a thing. You got told that from a friend. Hey, I'll be right back. I'll start like something. I'll put rice in my thingy. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just started a batch of rice. I won't be able to eat it tonight, but at least I will have it tomorrow. You had all your teeth yanked at 37? Why? What happened to your teeth? Oh, I said I started some rice, but I won't be able to eat it until tomorrow. But what happened to your teeth? I'm curious. My dad also lost his teeth very young. Actually, I don't think I've known him with his natural teeth at all. I still have all my natural teeth, but they're pretty damaged. Oh, bad gums and bad genetics. Yeah, that'll do it. That's that's pretty sucky. Yeah. And actually I burnt like the inside of my mouth the other day. So like I burnt the inside of my gum and it hurts every time I touch it. But you know how mouths are, it's really hard to avoid. So yeah. Ugh. Reoccurring infections? That's no fun. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I can't not touch it because when I swallow it hurts. So I have to cover it while I swallow. So I can't avoid that. It's either that or it hurts more. It's like placed right where when you aspirate, the air like comes from up there. Like it's like just up there. And the air passes directly in front of it when I aspirate. So yeah. Yeah, that'll teach me to not wait for my food to cool down. I had these chocolate croissants. They were like $1.50 for a box, but I decided to heat them up because chocolate croissants are not good cold. They're no good cold. You gotta melt the chocolate a little bit at least. And you just gotta do like 10 or 15 seconds in the microwave. Otherwise, they turn into lava pits, basically. But at 15 seconds, it's still pretty hot. You have to cut them and let the hotness escape a little bit, Otherwise, the heat just get keeps just stays trapped inside. And I bit into one, and I burnt the inside of my mouth pretty bad. And like all the higher part of my gums inside is where all the chocolate went, and it burnt that. So now it's healed, but yeah. You had a year with no teeth at all? Was that for like healing or did it take them a long time to do the mold or something. You've never been able to wear the bottoms. Is that because like they're not fitted correctly or something? You gotta have chocolate croissant. It's so good. Des croissants au chocolat. Yeah. Don't heat them up too much though. Don't burn yourself. Oh, because it's expensive. Teats are expensive. It's a few $1,000s now to get a set of new teeth. Yeah. Oh, my friend met Dusty. I love Dusty. Look, my friend met Dusty. Oh, actually, I don't want you to know their name, but yeah. Look at that. That's Dusty from Vision Video, if you didn't know. But yeah, that's a happy moment. You have a lot of bone loss. Ow, yeah. There's nothing to hold them in place. But you can manage eating whatever. Yeah, there are things that I couldn't imagine eating without teeth, though. I can't imagine having to have all of your teeth pulled out at once. That must be a lot. That must be a lot. But yeah, we're gonna talk about something else right now because I imagine other viewers might get grossed out by this. A lot of people are sensitive to teeth talk. So yeah. Uh I got a Dry Division shirt on today. I've been wearing it for a few days. And it's been keeping me company in this sickness. Uh, oh yeah, just to make it worse, I'm also on my period. So I'm in pain and sore and annoyed and I have COVID again. That's great. What? Me? I'm a sicko? What did I do? I don't know what I did. But yes, I am sick all over. And my hair is due for a good chop. I need to shave this off. Uh, yeah, I wish I could shave off the sides again. But I don't have any razors anymore. And I don't use clippers because I will chop my whole ear if I use clippers. I am that competent. Yeah. I'm like Vincent van Gogh. Vid sick. What? Why? Video sickness? What is video sickness? Oh, very important disease syndrome. Oh no, I don't have that. I just have a poor immune system. And also, my body hates me. Yeah. Oh, but no, it actually is a thing if you Google it. Did you know that COVID is actually a variant of SARS? You remember when there was a SARS epidemic like years ago, like 20 years ago? Not 20, was it 20 years ago? I think it was something like that. When was the SARS epidemic? In 2002. But you remember the SARS epidemic? COVID is a SARS virus. It's actually SARS-CoV-2, but it is. And did you know that there's also a version of SARS that affects only animals and not humans? And opposite to that, our SARS doesn't affect animals, but it affects us. So that's interesting. Cats can get SARS, and they get pretty sick from it too. And I think it's lethal, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. My goodness, that was all they talked about in the media, but like none of us had any restrictions. They just told us, wash your hands. And that was all. All the people that got it were isolated by force. Like they were confined to their homes or to their, like they were brought to like a thing. I don't remember actually, but I know that they were all quarantined, and it was over pretty quickly. But yeah, it was a little bit more deadly than COVID. COVID had the time to adapt to be a little bit less like harsh, so that you survive longer and spread it to other people. That's how viruses evolve, to infect more people, which is an interesting fact, but also pretty not fun. Yeah. Is it? Oh, yes, it can be fatal for cats if untreated. So yeah, but everything kills cats. Like cats get pretty bad respiratory infections. My cat had a respiratory infection for a while and it was scary. Like my veterinarian told me to treat him with vapor from the bathtub because I couldn't get a humidifier because I have problems with my ears. So she told me to do vapor treatments, like heat up the water in the bathtub and make some vapors and bring the cat with you, not in the water obviously because you don't want to hurt the kitty, but just in the same room. And he was okay, he was pretty chill, he was just like lying on the bat mat while I was bathing myself. So but yeah, cats are always sick. They get sick very easily and everything is lethal to them. Like they're very sensitive creatures. Yeah. I'm starting to be a little bit fatigued from the vid. But yeah, next time I curse my roommate, that curse is going to be heavy. I'm gonna get mustard seeds and I'm gonna do another sour jar. That is gonna be a little bit more intense this time. You didn't officially get COVID. Yeah, me too. I got sick like a few weeks before it got announced that this existed, and had like a very good intense flu, and to the point where I was stuck in bed, and I thought it might have been COVID, but also I don't know because we didn't have any cases filed here yet. But yeah, I was sick too in 2019. Everyone was sick. It was intense too. Yeah, same. I was like stuck in bed. I wouldn't move. I thought it was just the flu, but because I had flu-like symptoms, but I was I was barely getting up to eat. It was bad. And but there wasn't any restrictions and we didn't know to wear masks and do all this stuff, and yeah, so few weeks later, I was okay, and I got a tattoo after a few weeks after that, after being sick. But yeah, I was pretty tired from it. Now it's just mainly my nose I'm having issues with. I got a little bit of a fever, but I don't have it right now. Um, let me check that actually. No, I don't have a. Well, maybe I have like a 0.5 or something. I don't know, but I'm not doing too bad. So, and the first time I knew I officially had COVID was in 2021. I didn't even get tested because there was a shortage of tests back then. When you went, they basically told you, yeah, we don't have tests for you, so assume you have it and stay home. That's what they told you back then. They just told you to stay home and assume you had COVID. But I knew what it was because I had never had any of those symptoms before. I was so sick. I could barely breathe and my throat hurt so bad. I think I actually got laryngitis because I couldn't speak. I could not speak. I could not form words because my throat hurt very, very bad. And also, when the mucus accumulates in your lungs, it messes with your speech a little bit. So, Oh goodness. Oh. Oh yeah, that's possible because in Wuhan it started earlier because obviously that's where it started. So yeah, that's a possibility. I was just in Montreal though, but in Montreal a lot of people travel. So it's probably something like that. But a lot of people I knew were super sick. And my dad, when he had COVID, he said he did not, but my stepmom was positive. His test was negative. He had the exact symptoms she did, but he assumed it wasn't that. And I'm like, dude, you sleep in the same bed. Just because she wears a mask doesn't mean you you won't get it. Like you sleep together, you know? Anyway, yeah, it would be naive to assume you don't get COVID sleeping in the same bed as someone who does. It's a very, very infectious virus. It's very viral. It's more viral than TikTok. By the way, I've not used TikTok in a few days. I'm not like catching on it. It's not interesting to me. So I'm so sorry, dear TikTok. I don't love you back. Yeah, that's not fun at all. In Montreal, everyone was sick because the flu was on too at that time. So there was a bunch of stuff going around. Like right now, spring, about to be summer, everyone's going out. It's hot outside, it's nice outside, everyone's going out. So everyone is sick. So there's always something in the air. There's something in the air tonight. You know that song? But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to go soon because it's about the time my roommate comes home. So I'm gonna wish to you all a good evening or day or night or whatever. But thank you for coming. And I'm starting to have a little bit of a throat ache too from talking so much. Oh, I'm sorry. But thank you, everyone. And I hope you're not sick. Take care of yourselves. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get COVID and don't spread it. If you are sick, stay home. Wear a mask. Protect your loved ones and protect immunocompromised people, please. But yeah, thanks everyone. Hope you all have a good day. Bye. Oh, and don't do like my roommate. Don't contaminate everyone without telling them, please. You don't swap sicknesses. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Bye.